In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 25th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Virginia versus North Carolina. 2 longtime Atlantic Coast Conference rivals will do battle on Saturday as the Virginia Cavaliers visit Chapel Hill to take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Virginia comes into this matchup tied for first in the Atlantic Coast Conference and has an overall record of 21-5 and 13-4 in Atlantic Coast Conference play. North Carolina comes into this game with a record of 17-11 overall and 9-8 in conference play. The Tar Heels have their backs against the wall and know they need this signature win to boost their NCAA tournament resume. For as good as Virginia's defense has been this season, they rank 221st in three-point field goal defense. When they aren't feeding Baycott inside, North Carolina isn't afraid to let it fly from beyond the arc. The Tar Heels have struggled in terms of three-point percentage, but this might just be the game to get back on track. They made 8 of 24 three-pointers last month when they faced Virginia. That's better than their season averages, and if they can replicate or exceed those numbers at home, they're going to take care of business. Baycott was forced to exit that game after just 1 minute with an ankle injury. His presence is going to make a huge difference this time around. So the North Carolina Tar Heels to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As usual, Virginia is playing at one of the slowest paces in the country this year. KenPom ranks Virginia number 360 out of 363 in terms of adjusted tempo, which has resulted in the Cavaliers giving up the 10th fewest points per game in the country. The under has hit in each of Virginia's last 3 games and 5 of its last 7. The under has also hit in 3 straight for North Carolina. The Tar Heels have an over-under split this season of 12-16 in favor of the under, which is not surprising considering how poorly they've shot this season. Yes, I expect them to shoot a little better in this game that they need to win as March approaches, but these teams combined for just 123 points when they met last month. Virginia is coming off a game where they really struggled to score, and overall their defense is giving up 60 points. North Carolina is coming off a game where they scored only 63 points. Look for both offenses to really struggle to score here. There's no such thing as an easy bucket when Virginia is involved. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana versus Purdue. Big Ten action resumes on Saturday night as the Indiana Hoosiers get set to take on the Purdue Boilermakers. Indiana comes into this conference tilted 19-9, while Purdue is currently 24-4. Indiana is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 Saturday games and 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 road games, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games overall. Purdue is 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 Saturday games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games, following a win by 20-plus points, while the over is 3-0-1 in their last 4 home games. Purdue is currently leading the Big Ten, but they have lost 3 of their last 5 games. Indiana has lost 2 of their last 3 games and will be on the road for this matchup. Purdue's defense has been great this season, only allowing 61.6 points against per game, but their offense has only scored 58 and 54 points in 2 of their last 3 games. It's just really hard to get behind Indiana on the road, as home courts played such a big role in Big Ten conference play over the last couple of years. Purdue's also really picked up their play at home in recent games, while the Hoosiers have picked up decent road results here and there, but the Hoosiers are still struggling to build on anything on the road. I don't see how the Hoosiers keep this one close. I think this will be a great game though, so the Purdue Boilermakers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Like we saw in the 79-74 Indiana win earlier in the year, the Hoosiers pushed the pace and made the Boilermakers play fast. Indiana need to play fast and use as many possessions as possible, in turn getting Purdue out of its comfort zone. Both of these offenses are excellent, each ranking inside of the top 25 in terms of adjusted offensive efficiency. So as long as we see a lot of possessions, we should see plenty of buckets. If Indiana, who has the 7th ranked field goal percentage in the country, is hitting its shots, Purdue will be forced to keep pace and we'll see no shortage of points. Let's root for offense in this one. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Mary's versus Gonzaga. West Coast Conference play wraps up on Saturday night and there's a title on the line. The St. Mary's Gales come into this conference showdown at 25-5 while the Gonzaga Bulldogs are currently 24-5. The Gales hold a 1-game edge over the Zags in the West Coast Conference, meaning a Gonzaga win sees the pair split the regular season title. Any way you look at it, St. Mary's stole the first game in this series back on February 4th. After all, the Gales shot 25% from beyond the three-point arc and hardly led in regulation, before trying the game late and ultimately prevailing in overtime. Even on the road, Gonzaga often seemed in control and were executing at a high level in the first 20 minutes. It took the Gales getting a friendly home whistle in the second half for the script to flip, as the Zags battled foul trouble throughout and struggled to execute down the stretch as a result. Despite all of that, it still took a variety of late-game heroics from Aiden Mahaney to push St. Mary's over the top and secure a massive home victory. Since that game, these teams have been trending in different directions. On one hand, Gonzaga is in the midst of a torrid stretch offensively, averaging nearly 96 points per game over their last 4 contests. This is now the most efficient offense in the country per Ken Palm, and I expect the stellar play of Drew Timm, Julian Strawther and company to continue on Saturday. On the other side, the Gales' offense has been quite inconsistent against mostly awful defenses, which doesn't bode well in a hostile road environment that could speed the game up. The Zags should be able to dictate the pace and gain flow more at the Kennel, where Gonzaga has owned this rivalry historically. Given that the Zags have the best unit on the floor and they'll be itching to exact revenge and even the race for the West Coast Conference title, I have no issue laying the points here. So the Gonzaga Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Gonzaga's offense is just too good, and they'll likely set the pace in this game and make St. Mary's play faster than they'd like. The Zags are the top-ranked offense in the country, scoring 122 points per 100 possessions. So while I was praising the Gales' defense above, I think it'll be a back-and-forth showdown where the Bulldogs are still able to find some baskets. From a trends perspective, the over is 5-0 in Gonzaga's last 5 games versus West Coast Conference opponents. Ultimately, this offense is clicking right now, so look for them to set the pace at home and turn this into a shootout. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.